Brewery. Just wanted to tell you that on this coming Tuesday, we have great decisions from 2 to 4 o'clock. It's a collaboration with Seabury, and we are discussing the Quad Alliance. And on the same day, Tuesday at 6:30, we have Tech Time with Mark Ettridge. If you have questions about a computer, a laptop, a tablet, a video game, your phone, he has all the answers. And last but not least, we are doing gentle yoga with Pia Oliveri. She is absolutely wonderful. She does yoga with music and sitting, and you don't have to, extend yourself too much. It is starting up again in May and running all the way to the end of July, Wednesdays at 11:30. I hope you will join us. It is fun, fun, fun. And now here's Miss Sheila.
Over here. Hi, everybody. We're so happy to be back at Carbone's Kitchen with Chef Matt and Chef Paul. And we have a special guest, John, from Back East Brewery, everything in Bloomfield. And tonight we're going to be, well, not me, Chef Matt's going to be making some pizzas. And John and Paul are going to be talking about some of the beers at the brewery. So, sit back and enjoy. I know.
The club ever. And Carbone is our favorite place for the club. We're even hoping we can come back again in the fall.
Yeah, the fall, you're right.
We love it.
Okay, so take it away.
Thanks for having us. So what we're going to do today is Matt is going to get a pizza and John is matching beers to the pizzas so that you can follow along with all some flavor profiles. These are pizzas that are on our menu. Actually, 2 are being made up to just to try to keep the guys in back some other times if they don't care. So John and I are going to chat on that, make some pies. The pizzas that we're going to make tried for a couple of different profiles. The first one we're going to make is pepperoni. So this is our CK menu. This is pepperoni. So what makes it a little different is we're going to finish it with a little hot chili. Yeah. So John is a guest of ours, first time on the Cookbook Rugby. Super happy to have you. It's nice to come down. Back East Brewery is right down the road. Little Yep. All right. So literally 5 minutes away.
Right next to Dunkin' Donuts, across street from Command.
Great
Pretty
friends.
easy to get to.
If you haven't been in, I can't suggest that you do. It's a wonderful facility. It's done a great job. Very comfortable, very open and airy, really fun. So, John, tell us about. Well, let's talk about the first pair.
Sure.
Matt's making a pizza. It's got red sauce. It's got pepperoni, some spice to it, and I'm going to finish it up with a little sweetness.
Yeah. So I brought Ice Cream Man, New England IPA. So a little bit of history about the beer. The name is from a ZZ Top song, but the logo is actually from the Grateful Dead Europe '72 live album. So this one, actually, we sent it off to our graphic designer, said this is kind of what we were thinking. He came back with like 8 options that he came up with, and then the 9th one was one that his 9-year-old daughter had drawn in crayon, kind of as a joke, just like, haha. And then we were like, no, we're going to go with that one. And I was like, wait, no, but like, seriously, which of the other 81? We were like, no, that 9th one is what we're going with. So the logo is drawn by a 3rd grader. We've been making this beer for about 8 years now. It was one of the first New England IPAs in the state. So what a New England IPA is, and actually I'll pour it so you can kind of see what it looks like in the meantime. It's going to be very hazy. So most traditional IPAs, which would be more of a West Coast style, you'd be able to kind of see through, but this one is very, very hazy, very opaque. You cannot see through it very well. And the difference between the West Coast and the New England IPAs, New England's going to be much fruitier. We use only Citra hops in this, so I get a ton of kind of orange, mango, peach, and then it is very soft on the mouthfeel. So when we came up with the name, kind of reminded us of the creamsicle. So we were thinking, ice cream trucks, we call them the ice cream man. And the sweetness of this beer should really kind of balance out the spiciness of the pizza. So that's kind of why we thought this pairing would go well together. You get the spice from the pizza, and then the ice cream man is very soft, easy to drink, and a little bit sweeter, like I said, so it kind of comes that.
So that's almost like a kind of one trick to mix the hot and the sweet together.
Opposites attract.
Bob together, exactly. So guys put that last touches on that pie. So now what was the last part of it? So we got that pizza sauce, we put out pepperoni obviously, but what's the cheese?
Mozzarella, obviously, some pepperoni on top, just some salt and some fun together.
So we're hitting the wall. We're gonna hit savory, we're gonna hit sweet, we're gonna get spicy. That's the neat combination. So that beer should be really, really spot on for the show. Tell me about comments. So
The haze from this actually comes with proteins that are so mentioned, along with the hot particulate. So if they do get a little bit older, it will clarify. So with the New England IPAs, freshness is key. If you let these sit in your fridge for 6 months, like my parents sometimes do, they start to kind of drop out. They clarify. So if you want to drink those fresh, they're definitely not good for age.
So this is
One of their styles.
this is a seasonal release.
This is annual. We brew this at not even, sorry. We brew it every single week. This is kind of what we're most known for. This place fifth in the country for top New England style IPAs a few years back. So it's really been kind of our bread and butter for the last 7 or 8 years.
So let me ask you another question. So when we make dough, we use yeast, which would be an active growing thing. When you make beer, sure use yeast.
Absolutely.
So that's related to
So actually, a lot of the flavor comes from the yeast, and it's all very temperature dependent. So we have it's called a glycol cooling system. So if you look at our tanks, there's all sorts of tubes running along the side jacket, so the tanks we can keep them at a very specific temperature. If it gets too hot, we'll start having some very same off flavors that we're not looking for. The same thing if it gets too cold, then you can almost install all the fermentations of the beer just now. So if it gets too hot, it ferments too fast, you get some weird off flavors. Too cold, it doesn't ferment at all. So there's a very slim kind of sweet spot that we're looking for. So we're around the mid 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
So that's really the temperature control.
Absolutely. One degree off can totally change the flavor of the beer.
So are you, when you're brewing the beer, or when you're thinking about brewing beer, I'm trying to relate, because so when we made these flavors, short game, short shorts, obviously we had this. When you all get together, Matt and I were doing this morning, this is great. Brainstorming ideas for a dish. Are you able to manipulate that beers?
Especially so when we do the hop reviews, so IPAs, each different hop that we use has a very distinct flavor profile. There's some that are very piney, some that are very earthy, some that are very fruity. So there's certain ones that work with certain styles. You wouldn't want to use a super fruity IPA or super fruity hop with like a Pilsner, and you wouldn't want to use a super bitter one with a New England style IPA. So West Coast IPAs are using very different hops than you're using.
So Matt, we're on to another pizza.
Now, what percent you put down first?
So put our chef butter down, it's just garlic butter with some dried herbs in it. Thyme, oregano.
This is the Jewish convert. Oh, so this pizza came off of our Palm Vinny's page. That's also our food truck. This is a nod to our friend Jim Fine, our friend of ours for years. So you've got a combination of Swiss and Fontina cheese. So now we're looking at pastrami. This is pastrami.
It's kind of like a Reuben pizza. Pastrami, our version of Reuben. Really, it's like our Philly kind of.
Yeah, so it's kind of a crossover for both. Yeah.
So it's like a Reuben and a Philly. So you got the ribeye, pastrami, sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, Fontina garlic butter, and mac sauce, or like Russian dressing or make house.
So there you go, John. What are you guys thinking on this?
Yeah. So on to the next beer that we brought. This is our Czech mix Pilsner. So if you look at the label, definitely a play on the popular snack food. We call it a Czech mix because it's not a traditional German and it's not a traditional Czech style Pilsner, which are actually very different, even though they're super close geographically. So we do kind of a half and half. So we call it a Czech mix. So this is all German and Bavarian malts, but we use the Czech Saaz hop from the Czech Republic. So it's going to be a little bit more bitter than a German beer, but it's going to be also a little sweeter than a Czech. Kind of meet in the middle, best of both worlds. So actually, I'll pour this one so you can see the difference between the two.
It's to make the call.
So this one, this was kind of a team effort on this one, and we think we're pretty funny. So far, Visco or whoever Czech mix is from hasn't said anything, so we're going to keep going with it for now. So you can see the the clarity difference. The Czech mix is obviously a lot more clear, a little more effervescent, a little more bubbles. It's a little bit easier to drink, very crisp, very dry, a little bit lower alcohol too. So the estimated 6.5, just under 5, so it's 4.9% alcohol.
So that heavy savory pie.
So there's so much going on with the pie that we just thought let's go with a pretty simple, clean beer, kind of balance out that way. Set opposites attract.
That's very cool.
Pairing, so.
Which is really a neat thing to say. That's something we want to remember. If you're doing any kind of thought on this at home, that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, well, there's two schools of thought. Sometimes you want to go complimentary. So, if we do a mango IPA called Susie Greenberg, and I've done pairings with that with like a mango salsa, and it works really nicely too because you have the mango on the mango, but sometimes it can be a little bit so it really depends on what you're going for. But I think something that cuts through, especially pizza that's so rich, something a little more crisp, pizza.
This is our first pie coming out of the oven. Well, you got to finish with the stuff. Well, I don't cut it for the stuff. So that's the chili flakes going on there. A neat touch from our friend Nick Romano, who's no longer with us, but gave us this great idea. That's where the name Nick's comes from. So we got the hot, we got the sweet, we got savory. Put this one up here. Let's see what's the next one. Oh, the spring pies, what this idea really started. Season. Plate. This one we need to talk about.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so some of you might know I'm gluten-free, so sadly I can't eat this delicious looking pizza. But I also can't drink your delicious beer. But at Back East, do you have cider?
We have cider on tap. We don't make it in-house, but it is a Connecticut-made cider. So we do have cider and wine on tap, all locally made. We have sodas for people who aren't into hard beverages.
And Matt, if you make a cauliflower crust or a sourdough crust, I could eat either one of those.
So we actually do have gluten-free crusts.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any of our pizzas
On a gluten-free, that's good to know.
small pieces.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's talk about this one. spring fun. That's the goat cheese
What's the
and
name of the
puree.
brewery?
Name of the brewery is Back East Brewery in Bloomfield, Connecticut.
Back East
About
Brewery.
5 minutes down the road from Carbone's.
And where are you located?
On Blue Hills Avenue.
Thank you. What was the name of it? Back East Brewery.
What are your hours?
We're open Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesday and Thursday, we're open 3 to 8. Friday, 3 to 10. Saturday, Sunday, 12 to 6.
So you still eat and drink on camera. But we are going to say.
You're going to. Okay. What's this green stuff, Matt?
This is a goat cheese and pea puree. It's good base. Goat cheese is good. It kind of puffs up. That's good. Nice. Nice.
That really works really well.
Yeah, so it's a sweeter beverage. It's good with the spiciness, the pepperoni, and the chili, but the sweetness of that honey really complements the sweetness of the beer as well.
So the heat a little bit back, so that doesn't go away. It's kind of a nice together mouthfeel. So Manny's got the goat cheese puree down. That was with sweet peas, bacon, mushrooms. And so this spring idea, or the idea of a seasonal pie, you look at this and you think it can be changed in many different ways. So as the seasons change, or as things become available, you can incorporate it, remove some items. You could do this without the bacon, you could do it without the mushrooms. That's green onions we're going on with right now. Some asparagus on there. Actually, that is asparagus.
That is really good. Matt, can you explain the green stuff again loudly? They want to know what it is.
So that's a goat cheese and pea puree.
Goat cheese and pea puree.
It's just a good base. It puffs up when you cook it. The goat cheese kind of just gives it a nice foundation.
So as an alternative to say a pizza sauce, going down with straight butter, the goat cheese and the pea combine real well, nice and smooth. We have some lemon zest mixed in there too, so I think the flavors are coming up really neat. So, and then on this one, we're going to finish it with a little bit of arugula. We're going to finish it with some pickled onions, and we're going to finish it with a cured egg yolk. So Matt, tell us about the cured egg yolk. First of all, why would I want to do that?
At home, I'm not so practical, but if you have leftover eggs or any you have chickens or eggs laying around, you can figure out to eat. Salt cure it, kind of it's a nice richness to anything. Pasta dish, pizza.
So how did you do it? So
So I just took 50-50 blend of salt and sugar. And we'll dip it, bury the egg yolks in it for it's about 2 weeks or so.
they dry out?
They dry out pretty good. You get nice chunky and great. Chunk sugar.
So this is the Jewish Godfather pie that's coming out now. That's the mac sauce that's going on. It's basically a Russian dressing with mustard added to it. Since we're not scared of copyrights, it's basically the special sauce from McDonald's. Kind of sort, but it does give it that Reuben style of finish with the Russian style dressing.
Yeah, so we're talking about doing this one with the Czech mixed Pilsner.
Oh, yeah.
So like we said, there's just a lot going on with this pie, so we kind of paired it with one of the kind of more crisp and simple, easier to drink beers. That's a lot of richness there, a little bit drier, a little more clean beer, so it should kind of balance each other out, especially with the Russian dressing. Try it out.
Oh, some of our participants want to know if the pizza that's in the oven now can go on your menu.
Can it?
Yeah.
Do it? Oh,
They want to add it to the menu, I guess. So,
Your pizza's coming out next week, Thursday.
what have you got coming out?
So we have, it's like a chicken, artichoke spinach, like, you know, spinach artichoke chips with grilled chicken type of pizza. We do, take our Italian bomb, which is now meatballs. And pepperoni, peppers. It's like a meat lover's pizza, but we're gonna put spicy sausage on it. Oh, we're gonna keep the pan on. Yeah, it's a couple of pizzas coming out.
Yeah.
Just,
so that was new menu, and that's coming up this Thursday, right? Thursday. So that's our seasonal menu change. Summer. So that was this week. I showed up you can do, and if you ask for sugar. So, besides the menu, upcoming couple of days, we have Mother's Day coming up. One of them closed on Sunday morning, but for Mother's Day, we're open. This year from 12 to 7, taking reservations now. I recommend. All plans for the car. So you're-
Yeah, we'll be open 12. We're open every Sunday, 12 to 6. We were closed for Easter, but we're open most Sundays.
You have to go back East on Sunday. Very, very, very fun place to, great place to be.
Highly recommended. Nice weather with beautiful outdoor patio. It's very nice to sit on.
Speaking of outdoor patios, our patio will be opening soon, within the next couple of weeks. We're getting ready now. It was a little chilly,
Yeah, it still is
so.
chilly.
It's still day to day on the way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give it another week or so, but we'll be out there soon.
Oh, great. And what else? Anything else coming up?
We have a food truck back on the roads here.
Okay.
So Paul, the truck will be out there. We are doing a residency up in Rocky Hill. Truck, so we build it for lunch every day, but Wednesday. Truck there. May, June, July. So that goes. That'll be fun this year. So Matt, this is the final product.
so basil pesto on the base. It's kind of like margarita pie, but with zucchini, balsamic. So, fresh mozzarella. Which doesn't melt like a normal mozzarella would use on your standard pizza. I think it's a nice texture.
Next, we just prepared. Check mix Pilsner. With the, right, same thing, same really nice combination there. Clarity, cleans, definitely the way to go. It's very, very fun.
Very rich pie. Very kind of crisp.
Yeah, really, they go- that's it on the back porch of the cattle.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice, good. Good pairing. So Patty's got the next pie coming out is going to be the string pie. This is the stone pie.
said salt, pepper, pretty much everything. Just
So we got basically margarita. And we got the tomato, we got fresh mozz. Grilled zucchini. So height of the summer, you can put your own tomatoes on there, your own onions, your own whatever you had.
Make your own
Great
pesto.
base. And that's a
Wonderful, yeah.
great pizza, remember. Exactly, make your own pesto. You can make this whole pizza straight out of your butter. So if you have a you can eat cheese. So that's gorgeous, that's a good looking pie. Match with our spring roll.
Yeah, so the pie that's coming out of the oven, as Paul had said before, has some lemon zest added to it. So we paired that with our Heftones, which is a German style Hefweizen. It does have some very lemony flavors, a little bit of clove in there as well, a little bit of banana. So very full of an organic compound called esters. That has to do with the type of yeast and the fermentation temperature. It's very fruity, very floral. It's a super light beer. That's only 4.7%, so it's the lightest alcohol beer that I brought today. But it's going to be almost as tasty as the ice cream book, but in a very different way. So this one is much more yeast taste than it is hop taste. So very little hops in here, but a lot of yeast. So it's a very yeasty beer. It's very light, kind of bubbly. It should go really nicely with the freshness of this pie.
And the cool thing about this pie is it's got real earthy flavors from the peas, the mushrooms. This is a arugula that just mixed with salt, pepper, and then those are pickled red onions in there too. So it's going to give you that little bit of acid in there as well. So it should match up. This should be a real nice thing. This is the cool part. This is the cured egg yolk. Just going on top.
just comes out. It's hard, like a piece of cheese. Man. It's kind of what it tastes like. So salty, rich. Just it makes the lemon come out. That's of the puree that we put on the bottom.
So because it's cured in salt and sugar, you're going to get a little bit of the sweet, you're going to get a little bit of the salt, you're going to get the richness of the egg, and then it should marry well with those earth tones. And then hopefully bring in the spice and the aromatic of that beer. That's quite a pie. That's a good looking pie. So, cured egg. Kind of an interesting concept.
Yeah, it is.
But we've had it here, we've done it before on some of the pasta dishes. I believe we were talking with that. Carbonara, that's a natural ingredient in the carbonara. So it's just a cool, different way of making that egg into the not curing your own egg yolks. It's a blend that you pay attention to.
So can you actually buy your egg?
Don't think you can buy it.
Oh, you
I
have
don't
to.
think I've ever seen that.
Actually, the only person I've seen is
Just I've never even heard of them before.
not really some pieces of beers after all. Yeah, I forgot.
Thank you. Nice little beer to try.
So that's our spring pie. Second part of the menu. Spring's almost over. So maybe next spring. All right. So that should work.
maybe it's just a rich, soft beer, right?
So this is a typical Back East beer. They're really good beers. Balance. It's just, it gives you, it's very satisfying. All the beer that we have right now. Challenging. It's not dairy you like. It's totally. You can go in there not knowing anything about it, but you're gonna end up thinking it's a great beer. Try a couple of them. This is a great beer.
We have a very qualified staff, bartenders, so all of us have undergone countless hours of sensory training where we have to sit through a PowerPoint presentation and try beers, all flavors that were intentionally added. So all of us are very well qualified, and we love trying to find a beer. People who don't really like beer. It's kind of it's a fun challenge for us. So even if you're not a big beer fan, please come by. Unless you don't like beer, we'll find you one. You have 36 taps, unless you can find one.
So as proof, if you could match a beer to this pizza, you have to know what you're talking about.
Let me try.
So the final pizzas. This is the margaritas. What do we do for a beer on this one?
All right. So for this one, I'll pair it with our Back East Summer Ale. This has been a staple for us for longer than I can remember. So this is a hoppy blonde ale. So it kind of drinks like a later IPA, but it's very fruity, very light, super drinkable. You can't have this beer and not think about like a perfect like 80-something degree day sitting out on the patio or maybe by the water. So super bright, easy to drink beer with a seasonal vegetable pie. Summer more than summer ale.
That's awesome. And this is that type of pie. So that's what we're eating for. So it's real summery tomatoes, tomato, zucchini. You'll see that little bit of balsamic will pick this whole thing up and elevate the notch as far as flavor. It just makes it a little bit different. With the richness of the fresh vegetables, basil. It's a classic. You can't go wrong with this pizza. And the only way you can make it better is to be cutting with fresh meat. So it's just great.
And we're still getting requests that you put it on the menu.
Yes.
So.
The fun part of all this, that's a piece of pizza, John.
Appreciate it.
So if you imagine sitting on the jet,
Maybe Back East won't get that.
that's not thinking too. You order this pizza also.
That's a great idea. So you can bring your own food over to Back East.
We go food trucks, we'll take it, but yeah. Especially for these things.
So our food truck is currently Splits.
Big slice of tomato, perfect. Very sweet.
Everything moves together. Great pie. And that was. So somehow. That's great. That's great.
Only it was frozen with an umbrella.
So now we make our own dough. We put time into the dough. Very specific. This kind of pie. You take a dough. by the supermarket. They're frozen over. A little bit stretched out. This type of product with that dough. It's like it's that kind of thing. Just lends itself to you can put this on a ready-made crust, and it's still just great combinations of ingredients now. Take that pot, take that beer. Now you got.
They get a dinner party.
Now you go. So, yeah, the cured egg yolks are great. If you want to really get into it, try this. I would say I highly recommend it. If you don't, you can grill zucchini. So you should do that. This was really good combinations. Hats off.
Yeah. Oh, no.
The parent.
With all these ingredients, the pie is not even remotely soggy. That's credit to you guys. I mean, the freshness of the vegetables, and there's so much freshness on this muffin. It's so crispy. It's a great crust. So it's on the chef. This would be a great start. Table, so what's your favorite?
I've already tried it. Yeah, I've had the mixed pepperoni. I've had it for a long time. That's it. The spring pie is nice, but there's a lot going on. So it's not something I eat every day. Definitely seasonal. It's
I agree.
For me personally, the Jewish Godfather was. I need a few more pieces of that. Scene over there, so hopefully soon. But I think that was just, it's so rich and so decadent that pie was fantastic. Although they were all outstanding.
I like them all. My favorite was the spring pie. I think that was my favorite. That was the spring pie, just because I like those layered flavors. It really does. It has that springy feel. So that's super cool. Super. Very. I was going to ask you. Hours?
Sure. So Wednesday, Thursday, we are open 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Wednesdays we do trivia every single Wednesday, and it's all from your phone, so it's no contact. It's very very safe. Fridays we're open 3 till 10. We usually try to have some kind of special cast or something interesting on tap on a Friday. Saturday, Sunday we're open 12 to 6, and then a lot of Saturdays we do private events or like a comedy show, activity events in the evening. So keep an eye on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, I think we still do Twitter.
So you accept this?
Yeah, no, five. So Monday, Tuesday we're closed. That's when we're brewing and kind of restocking. So that when we get to you on Wednesday, we can have beer for you to drink. So
not necessarily everything that you can get in Phoenix. I know just we walked into tap rooms, maybe some things that.
yeah, there should be something unique, something a little interesting. Maybe we haven't seen out in the wild. The pack store and a bar around here. So.
And these are available packs.
So all 4 that I brought here, they are available in pack stores.
That's great. You guys are all in the state.
Yes, we cover all of Connecticut. We've got 6 counties in Massachusetts, and we're working on that as well. So we're out there. It's been pretty easy to find us.
So we're similar. Our hours are similar to yours. We're still closed on Sunday, Monday. We're still not open for lunches. Tuesday through Saturday. 3 o'clock.
3 to 9. Fridays, Saturdays. Fridays 3 to 9:30. Saturdays 3:30 to 9:30.
So happy hours. Tuesday through Friday, 3 to 5. Excellent. And the regular menu's available at that time too. You know the rules here. If we got it, we'll put it on there for you. So if you want to try one of these, which you saw tonight, come on down. Try to recreate that spring one. I don't know. That was kind of special. Our patio will be open soon, like I said. 2 trucks on the road. Come see us in Rocky Hill. If you haven't tried the Paul Vin's menu here, coming out of this kitchen's, it's a ghost kitchen concept. It's only available online.